there. She joins us now. What's going on, Kyung?
Well, Anderson, what you're seeing behind me is quite a bit of commotion. This is an event at Berkeley where Milo Yiannopoulos, who is known as an internet troll, a self-proclaimed internet troll, a very provocative speaker, he was invited here to the campus. And you can see from the reaction, I'm going to step out of the shot here. What is happening here is that these are student protesters, some anarchists, from what I can gather, and trying to breach the building right now. Oh! Back up! Watch out!
All right, come on. Let's go.
Calm down.
So we're trying to...
We're backing up.
So firing back.
We're backing up.
Kyung, can you explain what just happened there?
Turn. What you can see, Anderson, is they're trying to disperse the crowd. The police trying to disperse the crowd. I don't have any idea how many people are here, but you can certainly feel that there's a lot of tension.
Yeah.
From what
Kyung,
I can tell, police officers who are dressed in riot gear are just trying to keep this building where this event is supposed to be happening secure. What we saw are some of the people picking up barricades and trying to ram through windows. And then we're going to try to get a little bit closer again.
Okay, Kyung, if you can just explain, if you can kind of give us the lay of the land. This is, if you're just joining, a demonstration against the speaker who was invited to speak at Berkeley in Berkeley, California. He's from Breibart, and there's a number of times in appearances that he's made on college campuses that there have been demonstrations against him. Clearly, this is taking it to a new level. Kyung is saying there were sort of some self-described anarchist types who, often show up at demonstrations like this, who are trying to, in her the building, and we've lost, I think, IFB with Kyung, which we're trying to get restored. But you can see just two different vantage points. That would appear to be the building on campus in which I assume the speech was to take place. I'm not sure if the speaker is inside there or exactly if the speech is continuing or ever even started. In some cases on these campuses, we've seen the speech Kyung, I understand you're back with us now. We're seeing two different vantage points. One, a ground level shot, the other shot of kind of a balcony, and it's not clear to me. There's an individual on the balcony. It's not clear if that's a camera in the person's hand or what exactly is going on there. But can you just kind of give us the lay of the land in terms of where the protesters are, where you are, where the building is, and is the speaker inside the building?
We don't know. Speaker is inside the building. The vantage point that I'm at is I'm on the ground floor, and we are looking at officers dressed in riot gear, and I'm not exactly sure.
Kyung, we're also seeing, sorry, on the left-hand side of the screen,
something from their.
Kyung, we're also seeing on what is now full screen for us. Those are protester shields that they've made, that they've brought to
Yes, I can see them. It looks like they're cardboard shields with black tape over them. What I'm looking at now is that the crowd is pushing back. Some of the ones who have been the most violent, they have been dressed in all black. They have black scarves covering their faces. What they've done is they've picked up barricades that have been separating the crowd, protesters in the building. They've literally breached these barricades, picked them up, and smashed them through the first floor of this building. In the lights that were set up, the street lights that were set up have been completely knocked over. I can see the word Milo spray painted on it with it crossed out. And right now it just looks like this crowd is not leaving. They have backed up a little bit from the student union building, from this union building, and there's a bit more space between them and the police, which is something, because I've seen a lot of fire here, that they're throwing something. I don't know what type of device it is, but it is catching on fire, and that is certainly a very big concern. But I don't know if you can hear all of this noise behind me, Anderson.
Yeah.
This crowd is not leaving. They are not backing down.
Do you have a sense, it's hard, obviously, as we all know, to tell crowd numbers. I don't want to give a sense of this being larger than it is or smaller than it is. Do you have a sense of how many protesters there are, how many police officers are on the scene? Are there enough police to kind of contain this?
I don't know. I couldn't fathom a guess. From my vantage point, I can see at least a dozen police officers. But on my way walking in, there were a number of officers walked by. So I couldn't guess on how many officers. As far as the protesters, when we walked up right, it looked like this entire square was packed. I don't believe that any of the protesters have left. It just looks like they've pushed further back into the crowd. If you see the size of the square, it was completely, it was just spreading out around the building. So this is a very sizable crowd.
Do you also, Kyung, have a sense of what the schedule for this evening was when this speech was placed, how long this demonstration had been going on for?
The demonstration ended about an hour and 15 minutes ago. That's when we first saw the crowd beginning to form. The speaker wasn't scheduled to speak until at least an hour and 40 minutes before he was. Had not yet opened. We did see some of the student leaders who had organized and invited him to this event go in. But as far as I know, much of this building was completely empty except for the police department, for the office here. I'm hearing. Okay, we're hearing an announcement. The police are asking everyone to disperse.
They're saying to disperse.
Yes, they're trying to get the crowds to disperse.
Right. You can see on the right-hand side of your screen, you see the officer there giving that announcement over a loudspeaker. I'm being told now, Kyung, I don't know that.
I don't see anyone moving.
Yeah, Kyung, the university has just announced over Twitter that the speech. I'm not sure. You know that we just heard that. The University in Berkeley has announced that this speech has been canceled over their Twitter account. We'll see if that word is given to those protesters, and obviously those protesters will certainly see that as some form of a victory, though, you know, again, the counter-argument to that is an acceptance of free speech and desire to hear different viewpoints. But we have seen a number of these sorts of protests, particularly there's clearly a police presence there on that balcony where they are able to get a kind of an overview of the crowd and kind of survey the crowd as we continue to watch these images. I just want to bring in Jeffrey.